From times when guests threw hands during podcasts, to moments the host almost caught a beatdown, these are the wildest and most hated no-jumper interviews of all time. Starting with Chrisean Rock getting tossed out the no-jumper studio.
I don't speak for you.
Right.
That's what you said the whole interview. I don't speak for you. So now you're cut, bro, close the blinds.
Back in January 23, Chrisean Rock and Blueface pulled up to the no-jumper studio for a podcast with Sharp and Gina hosting. The vibe started chill, and the couple even chatted about planning a wedding.
You did tweet a few days ago that your wedding is going to be in October. So you guys planning a wedding?
I'm getting married in October. That's what I said.
But then Gina switched it up, bringing up how on their reality show, Crazy in Love, they'd been airing out a bunch of public fights, one of which left Blueface bleeding from the head before the cameras even showed up.
It wasn't even that deep. I'm gonna just touch the surface.
Touch what surface?
You know, sometimes she has a day where she's feeling like
there you go.
in her best, and some days she having
Now
days
you just
where
know. Don't even touch the surface.
she's
when you
easily
talking to
triggered.
me.
You hear me talking?
Chrisean wasn't trying to talk about it because word on the social media says that she smashed a bottle of Henry on Blue's head, leaving him with a deep cut. But later, Rock hopped on X to clear things up, saying it was actually a glass cup. Sharp jumped in and straight up asked Blue to talk about what went down. But when Sharp found out Rock called her man a bitch and wanted to check her on that, things started to get really heated.
Why you say that to your
Did what
man,
I
though?
did.
Thank you.
That's
yeah.
your man.
Let's answer that.
Like, think about it. Don't you think that,
Okay, my man called me a bitch. So why are you being a bitch? Like, why are you being a bitch?
But that's still your man.
He gotta call me a bitch.
That's your man.
Okay, that's weird.
That's your man at the end
That's
of the
weird.
day.
If he called me a bitch, you're
Weird if he's
you're a
weird.
bitch too.
If
You're a
Chrisean got so fired up, she stormed out the studio, and when she came back, she started pressing on Blue's neck from the back. That's when Blue told the No Jumper crew he didn't want her back in that interview anymore. But of course, Rock wasn't about to let that slide.
Why are you?
Hey, come on. Hey, Rock.
I'm gonna step out and let y'all do the interview.
All right. All right.
What are you
Hey.
getting up for?
Please, stop grabbing me, please. Stop grabbing me.
Bro, close the blinds. Bro, close the blinds. Take her outside if you got to.
Chrisean wasn't about to let that interview go on without her, so she tried to stand her ground with security. But they weren't having it, and had to escort her out pretty rough.
Hey, why you doing that? Why you doing that? Blue, what are you doing that for?
Okay, wet your camera.
Blue, what are you doing, my nigga? Come here.
To top it off, her PA got mad at No Jumper, who kept filming the whole thing, so she decided to step in and do this.
Hey, I'm trying to say what? Who said what, bro? What did I say? What did I say? What do you mean? Why are you being extra?
But anyway, so where's that?
I mean, you know.
Blue didn't know those were GoPros, so throwing water does nothing. After cooling off outside, Chrisean was brought back to finish the interview. But later that day, she hops on social media to talk about the outburst, explaining that her reaction came from how she was treated off camera. And in this other deleted tweet, Chrisean said that she wished Blue had told him to skip to the next question when they brought up his head injury. Some folks called her explanation cap and blamed it on her being drunk. But even if that was the case, it wouldn't be the only time a drunk lady would get tossed out of No Jumper studio. Because back in May 23, a stripper got seriously manhandled for doing too much while intoxicated. During a No Jumper panel, a stripper named Aaliyah Rose got heated while addressing beef she had with another stripper named Najali.
Keep it cordial. Listen,
everybody here.
Shut up. I should have keep it cordial when I walked in the door.
You've been calling everybody else since you got here, bro.
What you mean?
You just don't have respect.
I
You don't
haven't.
carry
She didn't
yourself.
like
You don't
that.
know nothing. Basically,
Anyways.
what really happened, one day we was in the
got
club, the nigga came through with
not fair,
crutches. I don't even know the man, and we walking up, and she mad because he only wanted me.
Sharp, Flacco, and Brick Baby were hosting the panel, and during this conversation, Aaliyah started knocking back drinks like crazy. Sharp had to call her out for hogging the bottle, telling her she was doing way too much.
You was bottle hogging all day, now I'm bottle hogging.
It was my fucking bottle to hog.
I don't care.
Okay.
walked her noggin up
This
there.
is what
That's
we're
the
gonna
part
do.
of the game.
And
Yeah,
you notice
yeah,
how you put it down.
Yeah, you see you put it way over there.
Don't touch my again now, since you want to say that shit.
I'm just kidding.
I'll let you know when you allow it again.
All right, whatever.
Damn,
Waldo,
hold on, cuz.
chill
God
out.
damn.
We fuck with you, so just chill. And
Wait.
you know what?
That's what happened when you let her devour the bottle.
Yeah. Hey, no.
Thank you.
Like that. Man. No more devouring.
Yeah, the rest of that, baby. That's mine.
See,
It's
crazy.
restroom, go give me some more ice, man.
Yeah.
By that point, it's clear she's a little drunk, making her talk all kinds of BS. Nobody really cared, though, until she started acting out again.
Color it, come She on. a therapist. Anybody come out with some color?
Ain't no roast beef on this side.
I'm the dead.
Hey, West side, nigga.
Did that get on your pants?
God,
Oh
damn.
my
No,
God.
not
Did
yet.
not lose
That
your
could be
pants.
on camera.
She went all crazy and splashed the drink on Brick Baby shorts. Everybody on the panel was telling him not to let that disrespect slide, so Brick had to step up and handle the situation.
You don't need nothing else to drink
Fuck
right
no,
now.
you need water.
You need to chill. You got some more to drink after
He's
this.
so
Water and
fucked
Jesus
up,
for the rest of
it's
that shit.
Okay.
My uncle's 6'2".
Whoa, she done lost her mind.
You just
All
you
right,
tripping.
all right, nigga.
God damn.
Oh, fuck no.
God damn, take it. You want it, take it.
Wanted it
Someone
so
put
bad,
that
man. Come on,
somebody
man. I'm
in.
like, what the fuck?
Why'd
I
you
just
jump
told
on
you,
me,
stop
nigga?
playing.
Ooh, she got heated and would have caught a case if security hadn't stepped in.
Who is that? Matter of fact, how do you do
Goodbye, baby girl.
Aaliyah had to be escorted out by security. But in this next interview, Adam 22 almost caught hands with famous Richard after Adam dissed all of Chicago and some Chirac homies over his beef with Wooski.
Most of these Chicago guys, they've never been on an airplane, and they're probably never going to be on an airplane. And if you were to go into their bank
get your
account,
stupid, goofy
you,
ass.
you
Where
would
you
find
from?
like
Wait,
$40.
where's you from?
I'm from motherfucking New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
You acting like you're going to do something to me as content.
I'm
too,
acting.
right?
Ain't no acting, gang. We gonna tee this bitch up, folks.
Do it.
Y'all all gonna roll me. Y'all gonna try to roll me, gang. Then I'm gonna tee this bitch.
Now we got Crip Mac pretty tight with Adam, having to step in and check famous Richard, letting him know that he wasn't going to let him lay a finger on Adam.
What you saying over
I'm telling you, on King Day, I'm just,
You
hey.
know where you at?
Where I'm at?
You in L.A.
On King Day. Look,
You
I'm from
gonna
Chicago,
yeah, you
gang.
gonna respect that, though.
I'm
Ain't
from
no
Chicago,
disrespect
gang.
out
Ain't no
here.
disrespect out here.
Famous Richard wasn't having any of that. So when he stepped up to face Adam, Crip Mac made sure to keep that same energy and backed him up.
Alright, my homies, don't get up like that. Don't BD, don't do that. Don't do that, shorty. You made me nervous on the gas. Don't do that.
Listen, there's a reason why I got my security right here. You're going to crack that Casamigos on your dome piece.
I would never let you beat her up.
The security just came up in here. He felt the vibes.
You say you ain't gonna do the what?
I ain't never gonna let Cub get beat up in here. On Fight Crip.
Right, on beans. Cause I'll tee this bitch up on King Day.
Do it.
Come on.
Do it.
Come on.
I'm not seeing it.
I'll tee this bitch up.
Do it.
I'll tee this bitch up. Hey,
Do it.
hey,
You ain't gonna
Adam.
beat up on Cub. On Fight Crip.
You gonna say it?
This and all of Chicago and beefing with Wooski was straight up disrespectful. And the Chirac homies weren't about to let it slide. So when Chirac rapper Ruga pulls up for a no jumper interview, he had to call out Adam for that disrespect, especially to FBG Duck's mama.
Another thing, you on here playing with folks' mama, like Duck mama, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck how much you playing. Just don't play with folks' OG.
I think that was a mutual thing. Her and I had this little flirtatious joke thing going on.
Shit.
I mean, have you seen the interview? She's around with me like that, calling me handsome and all this shit too.
Ruga also accused Adam of making fun of Wooski after Adam previously joked about Wooski's trauma for being shot in the head.
Thing, you play with Wooski, bro. Like, just hear me out.
We talk.
I don't care if y'all talk. That ain't that. I got a personal problem with it because it's the principle of you playing with him about him getting shot in the head. That ain't no joke.
Sure, Wooski should have thought about that before he started talking to me. Because when you start doing battle in hip hop, you're gonna use whatever you got to talk shit.
Ruga's frustration started building as Adam just brushed off the seriousness of his comments and acted like the rapper's complaints didn't even matter. And now seeing things about to spiral, Adam does this.
You don't get to tell me to shut the up on my podcast.
If I was the last out,
that you were very upset. When I told you you weren't invited on this podcast, you were very upset. I don't even know why you think you could come on my podcast and talk shit to me like this when you're obviously not going to do shit. Yeah.
Listen,
you're going to have to leave if you want to keep talking tough because nobody is interested in hearing you talk shit like that.
You want to leave because he's scared.
Let's
That's
bring
what
it-
they do.
you gotta do something if you want me to take you serious.
Let's bring it back in a little bit.
Let me talk to you.
For sure.
You're gonna have to be polite if you want to stay on this podcast.
Security steps in trying to take out Ruga more than once, but he's not budging. He makes it clear the guards better think twice before laying a hand on him.
You got a soft ass security.
We're not.
On my son.
That's crazy. Come
He's soft as hell.
Get out of here.
We can run the fade.
We can run the fade.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, look. Come on, y'all. No.
Everybody chill out.
Put your foot down. We can run the fade. Come on, my son.
Not all no jumper interviews made it out. Some got held back or deleted because they were just too wild. Take, for example, the time former OnlyFans star Nala Fitness got into this heated back and forth with Sharp. This was probably one of the shortest no jumper interviews that was never released because right from the jump, Sharp went hard on Nala for always pulling that ahegao face, even telling her that she had Down syndrome because of it.
Lenny Balls feels the same way.
No, I'm just saying, like,
it's a kink.
You have to think
That's
about
what it
a
is.
kink. Listen, when I used to see shit like that,
Guys,
it would
you
stink.
got it all wrong.
You have to think about it like it would stink. That's not the era I
Stink
come from.
What? Like
that face.
Who the fuck says it stinks?
That face.
It's a kink. It's
That
better.
face.
Like
I don't
honestly,
know.
people
I don't
just
like
didn't know
bitches that
how to
look like
do that
little
with their
girls.
eyes.
Man, cut
like,
the
but 10
fucking
years
cameras
ago.
on, dog.
No,
Cut
people.
the
No,
cameras
no,
on.
no,
I don't
no,
like
no.
bitches that look like they got a little face. I'm not into young looking girls.
Since the interview hadn't officially began, Sharp cut out Nala while she was talking to make an introduction, pissing Nala off even more.
Can I say something though? I am gonna correct you there.
The Sharp Tank.
I am
no
the
jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. Go ahead and continue. You didn't have
Speak.
one.
You're so disrespectful.
You didn't have one.
Damn.
You didn't have one.
I don't know
kid.
if I'm not gonna like walk up and get out right now.
That might be
Shut the fuck
do
up.
what you do. No,
So
you and shut the up. You're on my show. You can walk and get your up and
Yes,
you can
sir.
go.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
the
Daddy.
Sharp Tank.
Nala said some things that pissed Sharp off, and as comeback, he said something that basically wrapped things up.
There you go. Cross your legs and let's
invited
get back
me.
ladylike. Let's have your shoulders go down a little bit. No, baby, you were just a last minute spare. That's how we
I
do
can
this.
leave. It's okay.
Then
I
do
don't
what
have
you
to
do.
be here.
Do what you do.
Goodness, I'm not a child. I'm literally 24. I'm
You
an
really are a
actual legal
child.
adult.
The face, show it so you can say you can prove your point to say it's not that. Exactly.
Bro.
Exactly. Church, y'all know how we do this, man. Hey, I do this for real and not for play, man.
While a lot of folks thought Sharp was too harsh on Nala, she's not the only OnlyFans star to clash with him. Back in April 22, Sharp sat down with OnlyFans star Aliza, and unlike Nala, she doesn't argue. Aliza didn't just argue, she goes off the rails, turning the whole interview into absolute chaos. Off the bat, Sharp calls out Aliza for some wild, zesty stuff she pulled on her friend, Selena Powell. So she slept with Selena's man. And she tries defending this with crazy logic.
I fucked her man before he ever knew who she was. So, like, I fucked him first. Started dating him. He's not even my type, none of that shit. I only fucked him a couple months ago. I didn't even fuck him, actually. I sucked his dick just because
Why would you say you f***ed him if you didn't f*** him?
I fucked him before she started hooking up with him.
Yeah.
I'm saying last time I hooked up with him, I just sucked his dick.
But of course, knowing how Sharp gets down, you already know he's not about to take that answer. Instead, he goes all out, slut-shaming and going off on her until she called him a bitch.
See, it's sad because it's like, okay, you want to have some fun.
Here you go with the sad shit. Who's sad? I'm not
Wait,
sad.
hold on. What'd you call me?
Sorry, baby. I said
No,
baby.
what'd you call me?
I said baby daddy.
I'll throw this drink smooth on you, girl. So you might want to just sit your ass back just a little bit. You the devil. For you to even sit there and even say that shit. Know the damn well you did and you found that shit funny. You thought it was cute.
After that, Sharp went on Aliza for name-dropping people in every interview she does. And that's what really made her famous.
What done really created you, mama? What really done
Dude,
did it
why
for
does
you?
it? Who cares? What are you talking about?
Where do you feel like you went viral at, your most viral moment?
My
What were
most
you
viral
saying?
moment was
what were
me
you
talking
saying?
about getting f***ing pissed on and sucking off 7 people. Like what? And
Not
what?
because she the truth.
I don't give
Not
a
because she
fuck.
got anything to offer. It's because she willing to do shit
The only
no
thing
woman
that
with
anyone knew
morals
about
is
me,
willing to
that's why I
do.
went-
And before wrapping up this interview, Sharp goes full-blown crazy on her, calling her out for being an OnlyFans star, for calling him a bitch again, and straight up just called her dumb.
One more time, like you're not talking to one of your female friends. This is the spawn of Satan. The spawn of Satan. Uses like
I'm
Buddy
worried.
in, and we all know that.
You look at all
we
bitches like
know
a dollar
that.
sign. Your
I
your
don't, baby.
opinion of me
No, I
doesn't mean a
don't. I
goddamn
really want to
thing.
see y'all be better. Y'all ain't even worth it no more.
In another interview, things get tense between DW Flame and 607 Unc. After a lady on the panel said she had no clue who 607 Unc was. DW Flame then tried to tap into the convo by flexing on Unc.
From the streets, I'm solidified, but I'm bigger than the streets. I'm on TV. I got 2 shows that's on TV on your apps right now.
Right.
On top of that, I'm on Vibe magazine right now on the cover. That's what I mean. Like, yes.
Unc got offended because they were acting like he was a nobody. And while this might be the first time you're hearing about him, 607 Unc's actually a label manager from St. Louis and a YouTuber. He manages a lot of ghetto artists and runs a media brand in his hood. But them people didn't know that, and Unc crashed out.
Time with you
What
right
you
now.
talking about?
You both have a conversation.
I just told you to pop your shit.
No statement.
Pop my shit.
No. Look.
Pop my shit. Ask where I'm from myself.
I'm saying let them know.
They know.
You talking to me like that?
You said where I'm from myself from St. Louis.
Listen.
You said where I'm from myself from St. Louis.
And that's
DW Flame felt Unc was talking to him crazy, while Unc couldn't understand Flame's lingo. And honestly, it was just a crazy, heated argument that could have been resolved in like 30 seconds. But this misunderstanding went on for 30 minutes.
I'm being weird.
Hold on.
Pop my shit. I'm not from California, gang. I don't know what that means. How the f I know what pop shit mean if I ain't from here?
Look.
How the f I supposed to know?
All right, cool.
How I supposed to know if I don't know that? I'm not from California, gang. I don't know y'all lingo. I don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. So if you say pop that shit, I don't know what the fuck you mean.
Clap in your hands.
Thankfully, things didn't get physical. The same can't be said for this interview with Cali rapper Lil Kelpie throwing hands with another rapper and host on the No Jumper podcast, Almighty Suspect. But before we dive into that fight, let's break down what actually led to it. It all goes down in September 2022 when Lil Kelpie, a Californian rapper, does this interview when he shows up with 2 women, posing as a pimp.
This game is not something that changes as the times go on. Seems to be what people think, but it's something that needs to stay traditional because that's the way it's always worked. It's the world's oldest profession.
Plenty of folks had a problem with Kelpie after that interview because not only was he dressed like an African-American pimp out of the 80s, but he was also acting like it too, which had people calling him a culture vulture. One of the most vocal critics was Sharp from No Jumper, an actual pimp who's been in the game for real. And about a month later, Sharp sat down for this interview with Lil Kelpie where things got pretty heated. From the get-go, Sharp calls Kelpie out for his zesty outfit.
You gotta take that jacket off, bro.
No, I don't.
You got to take that off. No, so what? Take that shit off, homie. That's a fraud, though. But you're not gonna wear that, bro. If you want to do this, no, I'm not talking about that. But you got to take that off, though, bro. Before we can talk, if you can put it back on or what it is, take it off, bro.
Kelpie stood his ground and refused to take off his jacket. But that's when Sharp went off on him, straight up calling him a fraud.
Where the bitch?
Just out doing
You were supposed to bring him. No, that. You even said you was gonna bring him. That wiry hair, little raggedy hand that you had.
Nah, they're doing their thing right now.
Doing their thing right now.
He was scared.
You scared, bro.
Scared to bring him. Like,
Scared to bring him. Scared to the last. That's Mark. You brought him to Mark. That's how you plan, though. Like, oh, I just wanted to bond with my mom. No, nigga. That was your only ride up here. You got no bitch. You got no money. You got no game. Nigga. You probably spent your last $75 at Burlington buying that bull.
After an hour of tearing into Lil Kelpie and calling him out as a fraud, Sharp had enough. He decided to take matters into his own hands and shut things down his way.
You plan. I don't even respect it. I don't accept it. You need to get the f up out of our building. And that's how I call it. I don't respect it. Get your bum ass on.
Is that an invitation to leave for real?
Huh?
Is that an invitation to leave?
That's an invitation for you to get the f up.
Peace out.
Kelpie walks out of that interview looking like a straight-up scrub, but it doesn't end there, because a month later, Lil Kelpie was back on No Jumper, this time with Adam 22 and Almighty Suspect. And it looks like Suspect had been waiting for this one, because the moment Adam 22 asked his opinion on Kelpie doing the whole pimp thing, Suspect completely crashed out.
In his head, like, oh, this is what pimps is supposed to look like. I got my little $sign chain, my little fur coat.
2 of them.
To get everybody to understand. Yeah, because you pulled up in a pimp costume.
Things exploded from there, both rappers firing shots at each other until it turned into an all-out brawl. Fists a flying and chaos breaking loose.
Boy, out of here.
I ain't never seen no.
Who are you?
I'm Lil Kelpie.
No one knows
pimp.
you.
Kelpie the motherfucking
Kelpie the
pimp.
clown.
You ain't gotta know who I am.
Out of here.
Ben Franklin knows who I am.
Out of here.
He knows who the fuck I am. I'm getting money every day. I said Ben Franklin knows who the fuck I am. Bitch.
Who you calling a bitch, though?
I'm calling you a bitch.
In this next interview, though, Flacco almost caught a fade with rapper and music exec Wack 100. During an episode of No Jumper podcast, Wack 100 calls out Flacco for not putting a pause on dudes dissing his hood while on No Jumper.
You let him in, I'm not playing with you. You let him in, nigga, you playing games.
But it's not my show.
Dakota nigga playing games. I'm not Brick Baby. I start with you right here.
But it's not my show, though.
Okay, I tell you what.
It started off as a friendly fade, but after Flacco kept denying being a host of the No Jumper show, Wack 100 ran up on him.
But No Jumper is not my platform, it's Adam's platform, right? And the show itself.
Hey, listen. Hold on.
What's up?
Everyone's pretty confused here, thinking it wasn't that deep. Just like they didn't expect Lil House Phone to snap on Adam the way he did in this next interview. Now, before we roll those clips, let's break down the backstory a bit. Lil House Phone was one of the OG hosts of No Jumper, but after falling out with Adam, he ended up leaving. Then in 23, Adam had an episode with trans OnlyFans creator Gracie Jane, where she hinted at hooking up with House Phone.
By acting weird and shady, acting like you didn't do shit that you did do, and you know you did.
I've been friends with him for and I just don't want to be like
the truth is the truth.
Well,
no one cares.
But should I tell him? Should I give him a little warning? This is coming. It feels kind of weird to not tell him.
No names were dropped, but everybody knew Gracie Jane was talking about House Phone, and folks started calling out Adam for letting that kind of info slip, especially if House Phone was really his homie. A few weeks later, House Phone came back to No Jumper and confronted Adam.
None of that matters, Adam, because at the end of the day, you had the power to either not release it or to make sure that you did the due diligence to edit it out all the way.
And that is a big part of why I feel like because I wish that I rewatched it so I could have said, hey, you guys
and guess what?
Up.
And guess what? You could wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda, all that, but at the end of the day, it came the fuck out, bro.
Adam goes for mental gymnastics, acting like the victim and flipping the script, but House Phone's not playing on this one. He presses Adam even harder, bringing up how this whole thing messed up the relationship with his family.
Nothing to do with any of this shit, bro.
I agree.
She had to call me because my other family members was worried that I was gonna commit suicide, Adam.
And when Adam tried flexing on House Phone's late mom, House Phone had to run up and check this dude.
Actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom.
Disrespectful as
I paid for the funeral as soon as it happened just because.
Come on, bro. Come on. Not here, bro. Not here. Not here.
I'm talking fake.
Come on. Not here, bro. All right, let me go. Not here.
Ooh, Sharp's interviews always bring the heat. But what happens when his guests bring that same energy? Take Blue Jasmine, for example. She goes toe-to-toe with Sharp, matching him word for word. Their first sit-down back in October 21 was straight-up war.
So don't play and act like you haven't. Stop trying to twist it. She keep trying to twist it and not answer that shit.
Saying nothing,
no, you just ain't trying to answer that shit.
Let your friend know that he not saying
I ain't talking about
Rihanna.
Rihanna. No, you ain't talking about shit. You ain't talking about shit. And you ain't said shit that's even been of value.
Sharp wasn't feeling how Blue was giving out what he saw as fake game to women on how to finesse men. On top of that, he thought her whole lingo was straight garbage.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this. Professional tricks, they ain't gonna like how you talking. We already, let me speak, and I hate even having to give this game up, but I'm gonna give it up for free. We got color to our skin. They already looking, no offense to you, they already looking to downplay us. So our vocabulary has to be on a bigger mindset. We can't nigga them to death.
And that was the tip of the iceberg, because later he crashed in on her, making Blue feel even more stupid.
But you're not teaching nothing. All you saying is what are you teaching? You haven't said nothing.
I haven't said nothing. No, you haven't done nothing, baby girl.
You haven't said nothing.
You done been listening to me. You haven't done nothing. That's the problem. You haven't done nothing, and you running hella hard in place. Stop being a half a hoe. I know that you be doing some GFE shit.
Never.
I know it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I hate to have to put that on you. I hate to have to put that on you. And I'm telling it for real, baby. I just told you like this. If you're going to do it, at least get some real businesses up off of it. Get some real properties up off of it. I'm telling you how to really go gun for it.
But you want to know something, Adam? You know how I did my job,
cool,
right?
Baby.
He think I sell it. So I could probably get a little something out of him thinking he going to get it.
It's cool, baby. I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love.
The back and forth was crazy. And just when Sharp was about to head out, Blue got nasty with her words.
Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. You was right there with it, still paying the bag. I know.
That's what the fuck you smell. Your upper lip sucking that.
You want to still keep going? Let's go.
I don't give a fuck.
No, because you want to keep talking all that dumb shit. You want to keep calling out their name and all that extra
care.
shit.
So you
I try to keep
I
just try to keep it cool.
Stupid.
I try to keep it cool with you. No, it ain't that dumb. No, it ain't. Yes, you did. You playing.
Never. If I did, I would. Never.
You playing. You lying, and it's okay. It's okay, baby.
When they reunited 2 years later for a second interview, the vibe is cool at first. But then a few minutes later, it gets all heated again after Blue Jasmine brought up a book she had just recently published.
Right here, this bullshit. 48 laws of
48
what?
laws
Shouldn't
of
even
a
wrote
bad
fucking 48
bitch.
words in that stupid
48 laws of a bad.
rock. 48 laws
48
to
laws of a
what?
bad
48 laws to who? You shouldn't
48
even wrote
laws.
48 words in there and they
I'm gonna tell you,
published it.
a good chapter for you would be identify
A
and stay
good
away
chapter
from the
for
dusties.
you is when they tell you at the very
Identify and
end,
stay
throw
away
this
from the
book in the fire.
dusties.
Throw that motherfucker in
That's
the
for
garbage
you.
can.
Then Sharp calls her out for being broke after she let the No Jumper crew send her $500 just so she could make it to the interview.
For the 500.
We had to get your broke ass down here.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
this
was already
shit's about to go up.
I was already coming.
What are you talking
I already
about?
bought my shit.
Some
Fuck is you
trinkets.
talking about? I
That's
sent my
That's
receipt
candy money,
to y'all.
baby.
What is you
Candy
talking
money,
about?
baby. That's
Yeah,
candy
what you
money.
think I'm gonna come give you
Fly on
views for
cheap
nothing?
flights. You fly
Yeah,
on
throw
cheap flight
it.
and
My money. I got your money in my
Where we go
pocket.
where?
You sent me
fell off the face
Where's
of
my
the-
phone?
$500?
All right. I never sent you. Talking about.
Yeah,
Long
nigga.
story short,
Yeah.
no woman that
Fuck your long
watches
story
this
short.
podcast
They love me, baby.
respects you.
Loves me.
Respects you.
Loves me.
Nobody likes no
Hey,
woman that
ladies,
watches this
love y'all.
podcast respects
We
your
just don't respect
perspective.
these right
Nah,
here.
they love me.
At this point, they're just arguing about anything, because after calling each other broke, Sharp calls out Blue for her bad hygiene and she turns around and calls him a pocket watcher.
All right.
No, you didn't. Don't pick your nose. That's nasty.
I wasn't. I was itching it.
You're picking it.
I was.
That was
itching
still
it.
borderline picking
Stop
it.
pocket watching me. How about that?
I was
Don't pocket watch a
nasty
woman.
watching.
Don't
What are
pocket
you
watch a
talking
woman.
about? I was nasty watching.
Right before I just went
I was
like
nasty
this.
watching.
Bro, you so
You right.
corny.
No, bitch, you been
Like
corny.
you really corny. No,
You
you
right.
really corny. Ask your next fucking question so you could go up so I can help you with the show. You don't know
all
what I make.
again.
I make last time
I'm
I
about
came
to
here.
make it all again.
what- I
I'm about to
made
make it all again.
$20,000 in
Where?
2 weeks.
Where?
It don't matter where. Women.
Not here.
I don't need to make it with y'all. The fuck? Y'all the one who
You
want
ain't
Blue
make it
Jasmine
here.
on here. Did I tell y'all to come to me? Did I call y'all all these years and be like, hey, can I come
the
on?
most viralest thing you ever said.
Yeah, that's your fucking business though. That ain't my business.
And unlike the first interview, this time they almost threw hands because at some point, Sharp even threatened to call a female to come beat Blue Jasmine up, taking the tension to a whole new level.
One of you.
I'll tell you this, right?
Uh-huh,
You
yeah.
got a problem with me. Like, is it an anger issue? Because I have a bitch pull up right now. She'll get out in my favor.
I mean, if that's what the you want to
Is that
do,
what
we
you-
could.
that's
You,
what you
if
wanna
you
do?
want to do that,
I don't touch women.
listen.
I'm saying you got
yo,
anger though, right? You still got a
listen,
problem, right?
We
I
could
have a
do
bitch
that,
size
but
up
we
with
could
you.
do that.
I have a bitch size up with you.
Word to my life. Get her right
Let's
now.
do it.
Get her right now.
Let's do it.
Get her right now.
Got that shit, church.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. Get her right now.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. And
She
it's
say
like,
she
no,
know she
let
got
it,
so much
let it.
animosity.
What?
But if you got so much
You're a faggot.
animosity,
You're a faggot, my
ass
nigga.
bitch.
You're a faggot. What you mad about? A
Here.
conversation?
Pick some money up off the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
Pick some money up off
Nah,
the
I
floor.
never pick it up, but
pick
you
some
gonna
money
pick it
up
up.
off
Can you
the
pick it
floor.
up?
No, don't
Please,
pick none of
sir?
that shit up.
Thank
She
you.
don't pick it up.
Thank you,
Yeah,
baby.
pick it up, baby.
What do you
Pick it
know?
up
Look
off
how to
the
get
floor.
money from
Get that in the video. Pick it up off the floor.
What could have been the ultimate full circle reunion went completely off the rails. Not only did it go left, but it took another left after hitting a dead end. They both walk off the set, but when they came back, they was cool again. But the same can't be said about Twisty P, who walks into a No Jumper set covered in blood.
Oh my God. Hold on, wait.
Hey, hold on. Yo,
Wait.
hold the city down.
Twisty P was scheduled for a No Jumper, but things go left when the dudes at the studio reveal that Twisty, a rapper with plenty of ops in Cali, started bragging about it all over social media.
People were like DMing me on Instagram and shit last night, asking me like, "Yo, is Twisty coming on Disconnected tomorrow?" And I'm like, "How the f do they know that?" So I called this nigga and I asked him. I was like, "Yo, like, did you like post that you're gonna be at No Jumper?" And he was like, "No, I didn't." And he's like, "I just said it on my Twitch." I'm like, "Good, that's the same thing."
Exactly.
That's
People are gonna
because,
find
yeah,
out.
I was on live earlier today, and they was like, and people were like in my live, like, "Oh, Twisty P's gonna be a Disconnected." I'm like, I don't fucking know. How the f I know?
Running his mouth. Got Twisty jumped right out the studio. But in Adam 22's case, Anop took it even further. He walked straight into the No Jumper studio and pulled a gun on him.
In this case, we're gonna say no.
Wow, Adam, big
There
boy.
we go.
Feels like it's all your fucking money. Right now. You want to do it right now? You want to do it?
Because Adam was laughing, a lot of people thought it was a skit. Adam later revealed in this interview with DJ Vlad that the situation was no joke, and he explained what really happened after he fell off view of the camera.
This bozo came in and literally pulled out a gun.
A fake gun, but it seemed real.
It was
at the
a
time.
fake gun.
Holy fuck, I'm gonna die. But maybe this is a joke. Maybe this is my friend. Maybe somebody's doing a prank on me. Because in that moment, and like why people said that or people were freaked out that I said like hee, I laughed. It's like, I really didn't know if it was a joke or not. It seemed kind of more likely that it would be a prank or it would be somebody f***ing around than that it would be real.
Adam said he didn't want to press charges, so he let it slide, but had to beef up his security. Either way, Adam definitely needed extra security, especially after Sharp nearly threw hands with a video vixen during one of his interviews.
You might as well be in Vegas on Boulder with a chip on your shoulder. No, you being weird. 150 to shake your ass, getting the bruises and all types of extra shit all up on you. I know. Get all the bruises and all the extra shit for 150.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, I know, Sharp again, but trust me, this is probably the most heated No Jumper interview of all time. It goes down with Sharp asking one video vixen about how much she makes per video. And when she gives her answer, Sharp calls her out on making weak bread.
Obviously cheap labor. Cheap labor.
Like,
it's obviously
that's
some
weird.
cheap labor going on around that motherfucker, man. Because you over here talking about going and doing something for $300. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
didn't even
did.
fly for 300.
I did.
You didn't even fly for 300. Up your game. That's why I told you, get your agent because you're playing and you're selling yourself short.
I'm not.
Then when this other lady mentions making less than a band from her OnlyFans, the first girl thought Sharp was clowning her friend and went off on him. But that backfired big time.
That's good money.
But you can get it like me.
That's something.
You can get it if you listen, dumb.
And that's why we here.
You can get it.
You not gonna keep coming for her.
You don't need to sit there and put your pom-poms up
You
for her. She
keep-
grown.
no, it don't matter.
She's
It
over
don't
the age
matter.
of
You
21.
keep coming
That
for
is
her,
not
though.
your
That's
daughter.
that's
No,
my
she keeps
pop-
sitting up
But
over there.
friend.
But she
She
keeps
can
sitting
feel
over there
how
making
she
all them little
feel.
faces
It
and like
don't
she's
matter.
bored.
It
Get
don't
your ass bored.
matter.
Get the fuck up and get your ass out.
saying is bullshit.
Since you want to
Like,
sit
I'm
over there and
going
look
yourself. I'm not going
tired,
nowhere. I'm staying right here.
snooty.
Sharp wasn't feeling the faces she was making, and in the heat of the moment, things got so intense that they almost went physical.
Hey,
His name, like I don't even know.
Fuck
I don't
you
even know what
mean?
this shit was, and I
Fuck
came
you
here,
mean?
bro.
For what?
You don't know her. You
Shit,
don't
get
know
up.
her.
What
You don't know
talking
what
about?
none of these bitches about.
Talking about?
What is you
Keep
talking
talking to me
about?
like I'm
What
some
is you
motherfucking
about?
nigga.
What you gonna do, Sharp?
Well, what's up with
Like
you,
we
though?
on a whole
Yeah,
podcast.
you
I'm
talking
confused
like a
though.
nigga, though.
So what you wanna
Talking
do?
like you's a nigga, though.
Time out.
But you keep talking to me like you's a nigga, though.
And you see how he acting? You're weird. That nigga's
All right, that's all for today's Wild Ride. If you do want more, please check out these videos popping on your screen right here, and we'll catch you over there.